Hey guys. Boom. Alright, this is going to be a long one, probably an hour or something. I'll try to get through it, but I want to get it down because tonight I breached. That's Christ's word for saying it happened. Alright, so I'm going to take you through everything that happened yesterday since the last video. So, right after I made the last video, which on YouTube says one person watched. Fuck. Christ, and I was bitching about not being able to create life, butterflies and life in St. Lucian there. And Christ says, what did he say? Let me just read this for a second. Oh, it's 3 views. Okay, as soon as I made the video, Christ told me, I was bitching at him, and I go, you guys can create all this whole place, but I can't create a goddamn butterfly. What's going on? What's wrong? And he goes, he got sort of pissy, and he goes, because you have to read the book for the truth. And I'm like, what book? And he goes, the book. You got to read the book of truth or something like that. There's this book, I guess. So he went and got the book. He said, and he came back, and he goes, but you can't read it, can you? And he holds it up, and the damn thing is this thick. It's like this thick. And he goes, can you read it? And I'm like, oh, I can see the book, but I ain't. He opened it up and showed me the words, and there were black words, but I couldn't read it, and it was in fucking Aramaic or something, like ancient words. And I'm like, no, I can't read that. And he goes, well, don't worry about it until you get here. And then you can read the book and then learn how to create life in the spirit world, right? Or more or less, that's what he said. And that was pretty much it. And he goes, all the answers for truth are in this book. He goes, if you want to know the truth of how to create, you got to read this book. And I'm like, oh. So I got bummed out, right? So I spent the day bummed out. Watched a hockey game. We won. Best game almost of the season. It was great. It was great. So I was high. About 10:30, 11, I go to bed. And then I wake up. My soul is singing this song. And he's got a voice now. The one Christ put, the voice box Christ put in me, he took it out because it was creating too many problems. But my soul's talking now. And he drove me nuts while I was trying to go to sleep. I wake up and my soul is singing this song. Now it's a god-awful song for a man to sing, but I'm singing it. It's innocence and I'm singing it. And all of a sudden, my soul, I go, don't sing this. Don't sing this to Sarah and Christ. Don't say it. And he did. And that pissed me off. I fucking redlined. And I got a big fight with my soul about a whole bunch of stuff. Or the innocence voice. So bad. It was so bad that Christ moved me to another location where I could go and bitch and scream at my soul by myself. Anyway, I was pissed. First from the book thing earlier in the day. We won the hockey game. I was feeling great. Then I wake up singing this song, which just sucks. And it's not a song for an ego man to sing, okay? Let's put it that way. And so I can hear him talking just like plain as day. So I'm laying there bitching, everybody's bitching. Then I hooked up to Queeny. Queeny. Now Queeny's another little entity that comes in and helps me out. She helped me out. What I wanted to do was I wanted to go to my subconscious and close the fucking gates because my subconscious was spewing out stuff, and I wanted to go down and see what was happening. So you go down into your subconscious. Queenie showed me this. You go down to your subconscious. There's a little guy standing there, and there's 3 big gates. 3 big, huge gates, and they all do different things. One goes down into the subconscious. The other goes down into the spirit, soul, the inner light. And I wanted to go and close them, or open them, or tell the guy to turn them back. So anyway, turn the gates back to where they were originally, because a long time ago I opened them all up because I wanted to heal. So I figured I was going to go down there and tell the guy, the little guy, whatever he is, but he's in every one of us, and your subconscious, and he opens and closes the gates as need be. He's like the gatekeeper to your subconscious, your soul, and everything. So I was going to tell him, open and close the gates as best you can to heal me, okay? Heal me, get me out of this fucking void, this noise, man. Because I was having a bad time of it. And I just wanted to go down there and see what was going on also. So Queenie comes. She talks to Christ. She tells, and this is a new Christ, by the way, so she talks to him, tells him who she is and what she did. Christ doesn't know it because he didn't read the bio, my book, of shit that happens to me every day. And they always move me to new Christ, so the new Christ doesn't know what's going on, right? So he had to get updated and updated by Queenie. So Queenie comes in and she goes, "Oh, I see the problem." Then she mends some skin inside my chest, from my chest to my head. Something was broken. That's why it was so loud. One of my skins. Anyway, she fixed it up, and she left. She wanted me to pay her back in sex, and I said, no. I mean, really, get over it. She goes, "Are you going to entertain me, Richard?" And I'm like, nope. Jesus will entertain you. She wanted payment, so Christ gave her some payment. I don't know what he gave her for payment, but he gave her some payment of whatever. And that was it. So Queenie left. I'm laying there, and I wrote it all down. Now everything goes, you won't believe it. So, yeah, it happens right here. So I'm thinking about I'm trying to sleep. The voice is nice and quiet now. The voices are nice and quiet. I'm trying not to fall asleep. But I can never get to like REM. I just lay there, right? I never get to REM out and just check out. And you know when you're laying in bed and you want to sleep but you can't, you're just laying there looking into this. Well, to me, I'm looking into the spirit world when I'm laying there. But anyway, I'm trying to shoot zombies, take my mind off all the bullshit that's going on, focus on that. And all of a sudden I fall asleep, just for a short period. And I get up out of bed. As soon as I fall asleep, I get up out of bed, I run to my door, which is right there, the apartment door. And I run up to the door and I'm gonna open it and go out in the hallway. And just as I go to I open it up, and right on the door where the door handle is, right where my head is, there's a little sticker note on the inside. And I closed the door, I took the note off, and I looked at it. And it had 2 lines written with weird lines, and then some numbers, and then some more weird. It sort of looked like writing, but like ancient writing, okay? It was like ancient writing, and I don't know what the number was. And then there was more ancient writing, and I don't know what the number was. Then there was some more ancient writing. Then there was a big giant 300. It said, chicka chicka boom boom boom, 300. And then more ancient writing and stuff. And I couldn't figure it out. And I go, well, okay, I'm in my apartment, my home. And I got this all at once. I'm in my apartment, my home means me, inside me. I knew that. And I go, this is important, but I can't understand it. So I better give it to Christ. So immediately, as soon as I thought that, I woke up. As soon as I go, I have to give this to Christ. So I woke up, and then I go, Christ, Jesus, come here. I got something that was stuck on my door. I think you need it. I didn't know what it was. So I handed it out. And what it was, you know them yellow little papers they use in office buildings to write love notes to each other? Well, it has a sticker on the sticky on the back. It was one of those. So I handed it to Christ, and he goes, "Give me that. Let me see it." And he's mad. He's still mad at me because I fought with my innocence. And Queeny came, and he paid her off. And so he looked at the paper, and he flipped out, and he goes, "Jesus Christ! I can't believe it. I don't believe it." And I'm going, "What?" He doesn't tell me anything. He don't tell me. He's just flipping. All I hear is his words flipping out. He ran. He called another Christ over, and I hear he goes, Come here, look at this. Look at what Richard, look at what that Richard right there handed to me. Like that thing just handed me this, and I'm like, what is it? What is it? Well, he didn't treat me bad, but he can't. He goes, look what Richard just handed me, and the other Christ was looking at it, and he goes, "You gotta be kidding me! Richard gave that to you?" "Yeah, he just got it in his dream." And I'm like, "What is that? God damn it, what is it?" And they're all excited talking about what I gave them. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Anyway, turns out what was written on the paper was the one passage out of that huge ass book that talked about creating butterflies and giving them life. So I didn't have to read that damn book anyway. And I go, "It was?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was." And then so that's what happened there. So I'm like, "Well, what do I do? What do I do?" And then other Christs came, other Christ girls, like Christ girls, they came, and no, I got that part wrong. Yeah, I got everything right so far. Okay, so I just gotta switch over events. I wrote it all down, half asleep. I didn't sleep all night, considering I feel pretty good. So after that, Chris got the paper. He was just running around telling everybody. I'm laying there thinking, well, okay, now what do I do? And all of a sudden I remembered, oh, holy shit, I know why I got the paper. Because before I was laying down shooting zombies in the spirit world, or in my mind, I was thinking, I go, well, I don't need your, and this is what I told myself, I don't need your damn book, I'll write my own book. And he goes, yeah, you write your own book, that's how you gotta do it anyway. And Christ says, that's what I told Christ. I go, I'll write my own book, I don't need it. And I go, I'll just ask Mom. And then I tapped my chest, I went, Mom, how do I create an illusion? How do I create life in the illusion? Like, I asked my inner light, I tapped it, I went, to get her attention. That's how I know I'm focusing. I tap. And I tap my inner light on my skin, and I go, and I looked into my inner light, and I said, how do you create an illusion? Like, create life in the illusion. Then, went back to shooting zombies, fell asleep, got the note, showed Christ, he's freaking out. That's how I got the note. Now, the apartment I'm living in, and the note on the door was someone, the apartment in dream space is actually my body. The note on the door was the answer from my inner light. And of course, I forgot to say, what's the lottery numbers, right? Of course. You know, why not run up to the door, find a note, with the lottery numbers on it. Then you wake up, take your pen, write them down, and win. Happened to me before, but I didn't play. 10 million bucks. You know, I've been holding on to that for like 25, 30 years. Anyway, back to the story. So I'm thinking about how that happened. So I asked the inner light to give me an answer. She gave me the answer, the passage in that damn book, which is volume 1. There's like 4 lines in that book that talk about how to create life in the spirit world from one spirit to another, like I did, like I was creating butterflies and stuff. One passage was like one of the simplest things to do, but I'm in the body, in the ego. The only time I can do this is when I focus on it or whatever. I'm laying in bed meditated and I'm looking at St. Lucian. So I'm laying there and I'm thinking, Christ is over there talking to all his buddies about how I got the information. And they're all freaking out how I got the information from the book that he just showed me. He showed me the book. He went and got it, brought it back, said, "Can you read this?" So I decided I'm just going to lay there, try to fucking fall asleep. Because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning now. I ain't slept yet. Alright? So I'm laying there, and I go, I thought to myself, okay. I go, maybe I can't sleep. I'll just give it a try, see what happens. And I was getting ready to shoot zombies, and something came over me and goes, just try what they gave you right now. Right? About the inner light. Because that's what brought the message, inner light. So I said, okay, well, I'll use my inner light. Now, in the spirit world, I use my soul hands to create the butterfly, okay? My soul hands, which look pretty much like this. Meat colored, color, and everything. When you go to your inner light, I can put out my inner light hands. But I don't usually do that because it's way high up, right? I mean, what's the point? It's way up there and God and stuff. So it doesn't really... Anyway, I take my inner light hands and I make a monarch butterfly. I just wing it up real fast. Boom. And it's there. And then I start rubbing it, hoping to make it shimmer. Now, there's color to it. There's texture, there's detail, lots of detail. And I make this monarch butterfly, and then one of my kids sees the butterfly I'm making, and then it starts flapping its wings. It comes alive, and it's on my finger. It's a monarch butterfly on my finger, and it's flapping its wings. And so I take it, but it didn't shimmer yet. But I'm still in the light, and I'm hanging on to this, and I'm going, and I'm rubbing it. Christ and his buddies come over, and I'm watching it, and I'm creating it in the light this time. I'm not creating it lower, where there's just dense color, okay? It's in the light. It's very light, very light. And I'm creating it, I'm rubbing it, and it's flapping its wings, and I want to make it shimmer. And I'm rubbing it, and all of a sudden I make it shimmer, all right? So I make it, finally it goes like crystally blue light coming off its wings. And then, as I did that, I figured, okay, the whole thing's shimmering, so there it is. Now I'm going, let me know. Well, I go, Christ, let me know if this thing dies, right? Let me know if this thing dies. And all of a sudden, I go, well, I want two. I want to fill the fucking city full of monarch butterflies. That's what I truly want. And I didn't program it or anything. I didn't program it. I just wanted to see if I make it and it wouldn't die. Okay. And all of a sudden, my other light hand, my inner light hand, I make another one. And I'm holding this one. And so I just duplicate, and then I'm rubbing them both. And now they're both glowing or shimmering. I got two shimmering. Christ is like freaking out. because it's different. I'm doing it in the light. I'm not doing it in the dark, like down low in my lower soul. All right, I'm doing it in higher chakras from your inner light, because it's like your inner light to the soul to the earth, physical. Okay, so I'm doing it from the light up high, and then I start bringing it down, right? Because I want to. It's still like it's all white. It's a light. They don't actually look like a monarch butterfly. So I start bringing it down more, and I go. And I'm thinking, well, I want to create like 1,000,000 of them, right? And I'm just playing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just playing. I don't know if this is gonna work. Can this thing stay alive for like ever? Flying around St. Lucian. So I'm playing, I'm making these butterflies, and all of a sudden I bring them down, and all of a sudden I'm bringing the butterflies down. All of a sudden, as I'm bringing them down like this, and they're getting more and more color, but they're shimmering, out my mouth, out my third eye, out my heart, all my heart chakras, like hundreds of monarch butterflies just came pouring out. I'm like, what the fuck? Right out of my heart. Fucking butterflies just started, they're walking on my face and my hair, they're landing on the kids. The kids are running around going, that's Jesus is going, he preached. All the Christs are running around freaking out. They're screaming at everybody. Everybody's coming. Okay? Everybody's come running from all over the neighborhoods in St. Lucian. I'm laying on I don't know where I'm laying. I figure I'm laying on the ground where Christ stuck me, out in a field somewhere. I'm laying there, and butterflies are going, boop, boop, boop. They're all flying away, right? Not just like, it was just like, boop, 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 hundreds of them, just constantly. And then one of my kids go, make a moth. So I went and made a scorpion. No, they go, make a zebra tiger tail. And so I made a zebra tiger tail. Zebra tiger, swallowtail. Zebra tiger, not a zebra. Eastern tiger swallowtail, okay, it's called that. It's yellow, black, and it's got nice blue underneath. Fucking beautiful. It's got these tails on it. Look it up, Google it. Anyway, boom! I'm playing, I break my light hands out, I start making, they shimmer, and all of a sudden I start bringing them down. I repeated what I did the first time. Monarchs are still coming out my mouth and out of my heart, and all of a sudden, as I'm bringing them down, they're both shimmering. Tiger swallowtails start flying out, just flying everywhere. Everybody's freaking. Then they go, make us a cropia moth, and then I went, okay. This is what I made earlier, right? So, boom, with my light hands, I made some scorpion moths, brought them down, boom, 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 boom. Scorpion moths came out. They're like slower and heavier, and they're flying around. Big giant ass moth. Fucking awesome, man. And then, I made an atlas moth, which is almost twice the size of a scorpion moth. It's the biggest moth on Earth. Like, one of the biggest. There's like, yeah, it's got to be one of the biggest. I don't know which the other one was. But I made an atlas moth. Google it, you'll see. I made an atlas moth. I made 2 atlas moths. And I figured, if you want multiple, so instead of making 2, let them go, make 2, let them go, make 2, let them go, I was making 2, and then I wanted multiple, and they just came out of my heart. But I wasn't thinking to make them come out of my heart. It just happened. They were just coming out of my heart, out of my mouth, out of my skin, my eyes, just everywhere, just below my heart, where your rib cage is just coming out, man. And they're walking around, they're flying, fucking. By this time, there's thousands of people freaking out, screaming. Then I make a blue morphous butterfly. These things are down in South America, Peru. They're giant, big-ass, luminescent blue butterflies. So I got 2 of them going. I always wanted to make one, but I haven't yet. So I made them. They started coming out. They came out. Then I made the baby blues. They're like this little tiny blue luminescent butterfly. They sort of like a big giant amorphous butterfly, but they're little tiny ones. And I always take pictures of them with the kids, so I figured I'd make those. So I made a couple of those. Boom! And they all came out. They're all flying around like hundreds of them. Christ is losing his shit. Okay. As soon as they started coming out of my heart, he started filming the whole thing. So he got it all on video. Other people came, started filming it. Butterflies coming out of my mouth, coming out of my heart. And they're filming it. I heard him say, I'm filming it. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And he goes, you preached, you did it, you created life. No. He goes, and I'm like, holy shit. And so I created all these butterflies. And by that time, I was pretty pooped, man. There's a lot of energy went into that, I guess. Because I was like, all over the place. They're all freaking out. I don't see how many people. All I see is a bunch of heads standing around me. Christ, my wife and kids are right against me. And a lot of other people. Heads and legs, and I can hear voices. Just hundreds of voices. Then, I got 2 minutes left, so I'm going to cut this right now. So I created all these butterflies. Everybody's coming around. Christ is filming it. Everybody's filming it. Everybody's coming. Hundreds of people around me now. And I just want to sleep. So I roll over and curl up and just try to focus on shooting zombies and fall asleep. And I do fall asleep for a second. I have a really quick ass dream. It's like a quick image dream. I don't know what it was. And then, this is crazy. This is what happened next. I woke up and I'm thinking, so I go over what just happened. I wake up and I can see people all around looking at me and everything, but I stay here in myself and I go, okay, I use the light. This is what I think to myself. I use the light to create the butterflies. Then I do that and do that. And I rub them till they shimmer. And then I bring them down. And then they all come out my heart. Right? That's what I think. And all of a sudden, this door opens up just like that. And I see teeth and lips. Lips like this big around my head. Lips and teeth. And it comes right over my head. And my whole head goes. And he says, correct. Correct. Like that. Correct. And I'm like, right? I'm like, what the hell was that? That was crazy. And so I'm like, whoa, man. And it was like and he was white. The lips and teeth and head and tongue right over my whole head. Correct. And I'm like, whoa, that was freaky. And I figured, oh, that must be like God, right? That must be like God or people that live in the light, like really up there, who know all this stuff. People who create things. The creators. People that create. People that create on the earth, who create the reality here, who made the butterflies, who made the earth, who made the universe. Them guys. That's what I felt. Okay? Now, then, I'm laying there, I'm going, Jesus Christ, that was crazy. And then, what happened then? I lay there and I was thinking about that, what that was, and I thought, wow, I can create now. I can create life. I got it all set up. I can create pterodactyls and everything. And all of a sudden, no, that didn't happen. Also, as I was thinking, wow, the big dude just said something to my head. All right, the guy's way up there. And I thought, well, they must be creators. And I go, bet you he's the guy who left the note on the door, right? That's what I'm thinking in my head. And all of a sudden I forgot what I was exactly thinking of. All of a sudden it happens again. Whoop, my head opens up it opens up over my head. It opens up around in. I don't know. This bubble comes around my head. And and then the lips come, and the teeth and the tongue, they're all there again. And it says, have faith in God. Like that. Have faith in God. And he had an accent. It was crazy, man. Have faith in God. Like that. And it said, I go. And all of a sudden, whoop, it left like that. My whole head, my chest, I could see it. It came right around me. Have faith in God. Like my head was a sucker and you're putting it in your mouth. Have faith in God. Exactly like that. I was like, holy fuck. I go, Jesus, Jesus. And I go, God, just talk to me. He goes, what happened? Tell me what happened. So I told him what happened with correct and what I was thinking and have faith in God. He lasted. He lasted again. This time he went and he was doing something. More people, hundreds of people are around. Holy shit, man. You wouldn't believe it. So I'm freaking out. To me, I'm laying in like a football field. People all over the place. I'm laying in like what it seems to me like a lawn or a football field. I'm just reading this to make sure I get it right. Okay, so all of a sudden, wisdom. JC takes off, and he's talking. He comes back with wisdom. Christ and wisdom, the Christ of wisdom. He comes down. Wisdom comes down. He goes, Rich, I gotta show you this. And he just told what happened to wisdom to me about the big face, telling me have faith in God, and with me creating the butterflies. And wisdom comes down. He goes, oh yeah, the time you spent in wisdom, Rich. He goes, you created 14 things that are alive right now. And I go, I did? He goes, yeah, but it was in dream space. You never did it consciously. You did it like I've been here in the Christianity planes of the spirit world for 7 years now. And I always went to wisdom, which is like 7th tier or 8th tier. Okay, I'm down now St. Lucian, which is like the 4th tier, 3rd and 4th. And wisdom comes down to this tier and says, by the way, you created 14 times in dreams. You created life 14 times in dreams. I go, what did I create, man? He goes, and I remember him because he took care of me, my skins and all that. I remember this guy. He goes, you created a baby lion to play with in your dream. I go, I did? And I go, he goes, yep. A baby lion? And he goes, yeah, he created a baby cub lion. And I'm like, holy shit. And he goes, you created a baby bird and a baby bird to play with in your dreams. And he goes, when you woke up, you had him with you. You brought him back with you, but you didn't even know it. And I didn't say nothing. And he goes, you created 14 times. And I go, what? And he was getting ready to tell me, but then more people came and everything started talking. So that blew me away. Then, I didn't know. I had no idea. They kept it a secret from me. Cub lion, baby bird. Then, as I'm laying there, the man started talking. The same guy who he talks. And it's like on a loudspeaker. Rah, 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 you know, like alert the nation sort of thing. Like, I think the president comes on TV and does a speech. This guy's doing the same thing. And there's like thousands of people around. And they're all looking at me talking. And I can hear them in my head. Just thousands of people. Then I'm laying there, and the man started talking. The man of, I don't know who he is. Big top dude, one of the top dudes. And he starts talking about me, telling everybody what happened and how I got to this place. And I heard this, out of all the fucking noise, I heard that this is the fourth time, he goes, this is the fourth time someone breached in St. Illusion. And I'm like, what does breached mean? He goes, you made it to God. That's what Christ said. You breached to God. You overcome and you made it to God. You breached God. You found your way in St. Lucian. He goes, this is the fourth time since the beginning of St. Lucian that someone breached in St. Lucian. So since St. Lucian was made, I'm the fourth person in St. Lucian, like a citizen, I guess, to have breached in St. Illusion. So I found that really interesting. I found it interesting that it's called breaching. They breach. You breach to God. And that's why everybody's freaking out, because I'm pumping up butterflies that are just flying out of my heart. Like hundreds of them, fucking hundreds. Like a fucking flock of butterflies flying over St. Lucian. Flying over, landing on everybody. And all the other kinds of butterflies. So that was crazy, man. So I listened to him talk. I can't remember everything he said. Basically, it was just him explaining to everyone who wanted to meet me and know what happened. He was explaining to them like a news reporter. But he's explaining to them everything that just happened, what I just did. And how I breached. Then, all of a sudden, he stopped talking. All of a sudden, this other voice came. Didn't introduce himself or anything. It was weird. And this voice was just like inside everybody. Everybody in St. Lucian. And he came down, he talked, and he said something along the lines of, and I think it was like the type of people, the people that put their head around me. You know the guy that put his head around me and said, have faith in God? It was sort of like him came down and told everybody, this is what happens when you believe in God and blah, 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 and all this stuff. It was really short, but all of a sudden I look and everybody is praying. Everybody just dropped. And they're all fucking praying all the way across this football field. I'm standing there going, Jesus, who's that guy? I go, is that the guy who had me in his mouth? Like a popsicle? And he's talking. Everybody just stopped. The fucking place was silent. It was freaking me out. I'm like, holy shit. And he goes, the last thing I heard him say was, and I bless you all, like that. And then my kids are going, oh my God, oh my. I can hear my kids. They're freaking. They're doing as Jesus does. I'm standing there going, hey man, what's going on? I think I gotta go poop. You know, stupid shit like fucking Christ is on the ground praying, not praying. They're on their knees, you know, like this sort of thing. And everybody's just doing their thing. Everybody just stopped and they're like praying to him. And I mean, fucking thousands and thousands of people. All right, so he got to go, and I bless you all, like that. And I bless the St. Lucian, I bless you all, like that, or something like that. I heard bless you all, and then he left. Everybody still kept praying. And all of a sudden, the guy started talking again. The main dude started talking again. The other guy. And everybody got up and just started doing that. And I'm like, all right. I'm so tired. I'm going to sleep. So I fall asleep. I go back to shooting zombies in my head. Just so I can get out of it, right? And then, what happened then? I then fell asleep for like, I don't know, it was a little bit longer, 10, 15 minutes. Maybe a half an hour. Maybe an hour, close. Nothing more than an hour, that's for sure. All of a sudden, I wake up, and they're waiting. Christ was over there talking to everybody. All, like, I had like an army of Christ around me, holding back everybody else, just talking. Not hold back like, like a riot squad or something, but just talking to everybody who wanted to see me, who breached, right? And I'm like, holy shit. And all of a sudden, I woke up, and the guy is still talking. So I don't think I was out, no, it wasn't for an hour, man. It must have been like 10 minutes. The guy is still talking about St. Lucian and everything's going on. As soon as I woke up, my wife screams, "He's awake!" And I gotta be awake to be moved. Not really, but in their world, I guess. So she grabs me, she just grabs me and goes, "He's awake," to Christ. And Christ goes, go now. And so she grabs me, and she picks me up like this in her arms, picks me up like this, and she starts running through the crowd. And all of a sudden, she tells me, she goes, "We gotta move you." She goes, "You won't fucking believe it. There's a fucking million people here looking for you. She goes, "Don't talk. Just don't talk. Because if I talk and look and do things," she goes, "We gotta get you out of here. You're never gonna have any peace if you don't get out of here." And she's running, and all of a sudden she runs into like an alleyway with buildings and stuff, and she's running down these hallways, and I'm like, I go, "Really?" And as she was running through the people, I looked at all the people, and there were heads, as far as the fucking eye could see, man. Like literally, it was like Woodstock, man. It was like Woodstock, like you see on the videos. Anyway, I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And I go, "I'm a Jesus potato." She goes, "What?" I go, "I'm a fucking Jesus potato." She goes, "Shut up! Don't fucking swear. Are you out of your mind?" And she goes, "What's a fucking Jesus potato?" I go, "They sell them on eBay for $10,000. I go, "I can't believe I'm a Jesus potato." And the kids are like, "What's a Jesus potato?" I go, "It's where they see Jesus in the potato and everybody comes and flocks the store or something like that. And they sell them on eBay for like $1 million or something." And they're going, "Really?" And my wife's screaming, "Shut up! Don't fucking talk! Don't even think! Don't look up!" And she's running through these hallways. She gets into these hallways. She goes, "Oh, we're safe here." And then we hear, "Hey, are you that guy that just breached?" And my wife's going, "Son of a bitch." And all of a sudden I go, look, we're at the wrong place. I go, "Take me up to Wisdom. They don't know I'm there. They'll never know I'm there." She goes, excellent idea." She goes, "Come on." We start going up the guy. I can still hear him talking. And I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And as we're going up to the levels, it takes 10 seconds to go through a level with my wife carrying me. She's going, "Look at the fucking people down there. I can't believe it." She goes, "You dumb son of a bitch." I go, "I just wanted to make a fucking butterfly. I didn't know I breached. I just wanted to make a butterfly." She goes, "You fucking crazy son of a bitch." And she's swearing at me like this. She goes, "You want me to fucking beers after this?" I go, "You can have all the beers you want." Like, just get me the fuck out of here. And I go, "I never thought I'd be a fucking Jesus potato." So we get up. I don't know where we are, but we're in Wisdom, I think. I think we're up there somewhere. And we're up in Wisdom. And to me, she's like she's on the street. And it's nighttime. And she's on the street. It looks like she's on the street. She's trying to get me to Jesus' house, to the one she knows, or some place that she knows that could take me and hide me for a while till the heat blows over and everybody goes home. So all of a sudden, next thing I know, here's another Christ, and he goes, "You brought it here." The Jesus at the door goes, "I've been watching this. I can hear it." And it's like whole Christianity can hear the guy talking. You can hear him talking, the guy, all throughout Christianity and all the levels. And he goes, I'm watching it on the TV. And he goes, come on in. He goes, you brought him here. He goes, oh, she goes, he's awake. She goes, you know, the skins and all that. He can't talk. She goes, I understand. Come on in. So we go into this guy's house. And then somehow someone hears that I'm there. And people are standing outside the house. And so people start gathering outside Christ's house about the guy that breached, right? Because this is like a big event, I guess. And then, next thing I know, I'm there, and I start moving by myself. My wife goes, he's leaving! Where are you going? I go, I don't know. What the fuck is going on? I really don't know what's going on. My heart just takes me, starts moving me. Next thing I know, I'm back down to St. Lucian. And I guess my heart didn't want to bother this Jesus because they would have overswung. So I just put myself back in some place in St. Lucian where all the people were, and with Christ. And I go, look, we got this. What I felt was, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. They'll never leave me alone until it happens. So let's just do it and get it over with, whatever this is, right? In my head, just get it over with. It takes 3 days. And so I'm awake at this time. I get up and I go, look, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta poop. And she goes, Jesus Christ. And she goes, just hang on a second. She goes, Jesus. My wife goes, Jesus Christ, Richard got poop. And Grace goes, oh, hell no. He goes, come with me. So Grace takes me into some building, I don't know, where there's a toilet. And I'm like, can I go? And then, so Grace is there. He's blocking the door, make sure no one gets in, puts like a force field around me or something so no one can see. And I go to the bathroom, and then I get done. I come back out. I'm hanging with all the people again. And then I'm slowly checking out, but I can hear everything. And I make a coffee, and I'm writing down my notes, trying to figure out what's going on. People are still screaming in my head, but I'm awake now. My wife's screaming, stay in the illusion as long as you can. And I go, well, I can make it to like 11, 12, right? And it's 6 o'clock a.m. now. I go, I didn't sleep all fucking night because of this stuff. I go, I can make it till about 11 or 12. She goes, do as best you can, man. She goes, don't go to sleep. Stay up as long as stay in. She goes, stay in the illusion as long as you can. And what that means is the cone closes up, and I'm in the illusion where I'm blocking everything. So if I opened up right now, if I could open up this reality inside me, my soul, open it up, I'd be standing here with 10 Christs, thousands of people talking, want to talk to me, want to know what happened, want to see me, because they want to see me because I breached to God, I guess, and then I brought it down here. And plus, I'm in my body. So that's an extra special bonus. I don't think they had anyone actually living on the earth still in their body that lives in St. Lucian spiritually, but is in his body, and I can hear every goddamn thing and see them and talk to them, and they all love that shit, man. They love it. And then I breach in St. Lucian, and I'm in a body in their world plus this world, and I can see their world and communicate to them right from here. Fuck, forget it. And that's why they were running me around everywhere trying to hide me, because it would just blow my mind. And if I get caught up in the drama, they're trying to keep me from the drama of all these people wanting to see me because I breached. I get wrapped up in the drama, and I'm not supposed to. And I got all these people talking to me, and I'm going to start talking to them. But what I got to do is stay here with the cone closed, so I don't see and hear, but I still do. Like right now, if I stop right now and listen, hundreds of people just call my name. Crazy, man. So this is what I'm doing right now, and it's freaking me out. It's still going on right now. It's 8 o'clock a.m. and she's... So, guys, there you go. Man, they're all screaming still. I can hear it. fucking create life. Butterflies, pterodactyls. Oh, hell, look out, man. And when I was doing it, the best part is, listen to this. As I was creating the butterflies and stuff, I was pondering, what can I do with this? All of a sudden, I got done the butterflies, and then I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, a plastic gun came up in my head. A plastic gun in my hand came up in my head, and I pulled the trigger. But just as I went to pull the trigger, I went like that. I moved the gun. I moved the gun out of my head, and it grazed my head. So I made a plastic gun, and I went like that. And I'm like, holy shit. I go, Jesus. He goes, yeah. There's a fucking crowd everywhere. I go, I almost shot myself in the head. He goes, oh, for fuck's sake. I think it was a warning shot. And he goes, keep your fucking hands inside. Don't do nothing. Don't create nothing. Make sure you don't create nothing. You're out of fucking control. Everything you think about. I'm laying in bed. He goes, everything you think about, you can create right now. You're freaking. You're peaking. You're freaking. We gotta get control of this. And there's fucking million people around. And I go, I get it, bro. I get it. And he goes, don't create a goddamn thing. Get out of the spirit world. Wake up. He goes, get up. He goes, go into the illusion. I'm like, which one? And he goes, the meat bag illusion. He's screaming at me. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I forgot to tell you that part. So I think that what I didn't even fucking think about it. It just happened. It was weird. It was crazy. It was like I'm sitting there. I just got done making the butterflies. Everybody came. The big man's talking. And all of a sudden I'm laying there. I'm just sort of like, I go into a dream and I'm like, holy fuck. And then I woke right up. I screamed crazy. I told him I went into a dream and I almost shot myself in the head with a plastic gun. And he goes, oh fuck, here we go. So when I go into a dream, I'm just going to be fucking whoop, 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 whoop. Because I breached and I'm breaching. So I guess that's what breaching means. You just start creating fucking everything in your dream. Everything you think of, 10 billion, 100 billion brain cells firing off, going, look at what I can do, look at what I can do, look at what I can do, wars. And I go into a goddamn zombie fantasy. I shoot zombies for 7 fucking years. Every time I go to sleep, just to put myself to sleep. As soon as I fucking fall asleep, get it? I'm breaching. My soul's breaching, creating all this stuff. And as soon as I fall asleep, I'm creating. Instantly. As soon as my brain fires, bam, there it is. So Christ gotta get me calmed down, bring me down. Stuff like that. Whatever Christ has got to do to bring me down and stop me from creating with every fucking thought I have. So I don't know. I just woke up. I know he's going to be doing that later. I know there's a bunch of shit coming. I know I'm going to be making more videos. But this is going to take me an hour to process and put together and then upload it. So what a fucking day, man. Oh, wow. I can create life now. And it's all from the inner light. And I just told you how I got to do it. Now, try to repeat it for yourself, guys. And what the big man was saying up there, he was telling everybody how I did it so they could learn how to do it. Have faith in God and all this stuff. Me, I just wanted to make a fucking butterfly. Then the book came, saw the note on the door. Then I figured, well, I asked my inner light for the answer. I got the answer on the note on the door. Then I thought about it, use your inner light. So I went into my inner light, pulled out a couple of hands, started making butterflies. Then all hell broke loose. Fucking crazy. And you know me, I'd be making pterodactyls. Like the gun, that was a warning shot. From pterodactyls, Tyrannosaurus Rex, lions and tigers and bears and fucking black widow spiders the size of your house. I'm going, man. All right. Later, guys.